Death Club.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Danny here. Today I'm talking to you about Good Father. So Good Father was written and drawn by Kagaya Uzuki, and this was published in Lala magazine. Pretty sure this is a shoujo magazine based on the other series in here. Total of 4 chapters and the volume containing a 5th one, which is a one-shot, and this was written in 99. So let's get into it, man. These stars are 2 main characters, Sano and Yukiko. They've been going to school for years now. They're basically childhood friends. And on one day, they found out, oh, this coming year, we're not in the same class. It's like, oh, but it's okay. You know, we'll still hang out this, and that. But the distance grew, and Sano kind of realized there's something missing in his life. It was Yukiko. And so as soon as he saw her again, he realized what it was, went up to her and asked her to be his girlfriend. And so they've been dating for about a year now. Yukiko finally popped up the question, hey, I think it's time for you to meet my dad. Very nervous and shocked. Sano's like, I don't want to do that, man. And Yukiko has to insist because her dad is very protective of her. All the other guys that have tried to go out with her before kind of just either got scared off or he just flat out just says, no, this is not going to be happening. And his name is Shin. And it turns out that this guy is a manager for a club and he is a DJ. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, that's catching my eye. What's the premise going to be for the series? Shin says, I'm not going to acknowledge you dating my daughter. It's just not happening, okay? And so Sano's trying to figure out, like, well, how am I going to impress him to the point where he will accept me as her boyfriend because that's how much I love her. Hey, next month there is a DJ competition at this club. And so Sano decides, I'm going to train to become a DJ, win this, and then her dad can see my effort and then be able to approve of our relationship. And that is the basic premise of this manga. And that's what really hooked me. I saw the volume cover and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This has like that 90s look to it. He's carrying a boom box. What's going on with this series? Reading the synopsis, talking about DJs and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is cool. You don't really see anything like this. So sign me up. The only unfortunate thing about this series is that it's 4 chapters long, because we really don't tackle all the tricks and all the training you have to do to become a professional DJ. It's just brought up here and there, bits and pieces, while Sano is training, but that's it. The rest is just a lot of dialogue with our characters and seeing the situation that this has caused. Sano decided not to see his girlfriend for the rest of the month until the tournament because he wants to train so that way he can win, because he has zero knowledge when it comes to this stuff. And that causes some tension in their relationship. And then we get some stuff going on with Shin and basically Yukiko's uncle, who is a friend of Shin's. And then we get their backstory going on. Some drama sprinkled throughout this series. And all that stuff was fine. I think for something that was only 4 chapters, it's good. And I would have loved for this just to have been part 1. Because at the end, Sano's like, actually, you know what? This was pretty fun. I know I didn't win, but I'll be back next year to make sure I take you down. And, you know, people start recognizing, like, hey, he actually kind of has a natural talent for this, right? He's only been training for this amount of time, and look how far he's gone. This could be something. If we could keep training him, who knows what the outcome could be. And again, that's perfect setup for a part 2 where we actually dive deep into the world of DJs and the way turntables work, what type of music choices you have to pick. I think that would have been great, but I understand the flaw at the same time. We're reading a manga. There's no music to be played when reading this. Now, if this could go into an anime, I think that would be great. Would love to see an anime about DJs. That would be pretty cool. But I think you could get away with some stuff here, though, just on a technicality sense. Just showing how the techniques work, describing it in just enough detail to where we could kind of visualize it. I've had ideas like this before, like maybe, you know, physical volumes, boom, you just throw in a CD where it's the sets that they kind of play. And you could do something like that. That would have been very unique, and I would argue could bump up sales in a way, right? It was like, oh wait, there's actually music with this too to go with the manga when you read it. That would have been interesting, but And then the last chapter, just to touch on it, was a one-shot involving these two high school students who are in a relationship and then them going through their problems and stuff. So that was fine too. Overall, decent 4-chapter series. I would have liked to see more. Kaguya has really nothing else on my anime list to go off of, so that's kind of unfortunate, but definitely check it out, and would love to hear your thoughts if you've checked it out, and you could send those to unversepodcast@gmail.com, as well as any other questions or comments, and we'll bring those up on future episodes. And then you could follow us at Unverse Podcast anywhere you go, and we'll let you know when those episodes drop. So thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you on the next one.